Hello Film Worlders, it's me, your host Micah Pendleton, and welcome to Film World Community. And recently I asked a quick question of you guys, some questions for the upcoming YouTube show that I'm doing on Film World called Action, which I've been teasing about and all that, and it's replacing as the anchor show to Premiere Prep and all that. So you guys sent some really good questions in the comments, and I cannot wait to answer them for you guys. Now, the first one is from Two Black Cat Productions, and it is a very hard question, actually. What is an action movie that you like, but nobody else does? And this one I actually had to think about long and hard, because it's really hard to find one that I like that nobody else does, because oftentimes if nobody else likes it, it's probably for good reason, because it's probably kind of crappy. But one that I actually liked that I heard a lot of mixed reviews about was the 2014 Godzilla movie. And I thought it was a phenomenal movie, and I heard a lot of people say it wasn't good, and other ones that said it was all right, and then some who said it was amazing. And I'm in one of those group that say it was amazing. I almost don't think they could have done a better Godzilla than they did with that one. So I guess that kind of answers that question. Now, moving on is actually a bunch of people that I'm kind of clumping into this category answer. Many people ask this sort of question. He was asking how I could do a certain thing in Blender, and so I got many people asking if I could show how to do this and I could show how to do that in Blender. Here are the comments right there. I mean, you can see it for yourself. Many people asking how to do specific things in Blender, and I'm answering all these with one simple answer. All right. That's the whole point of action. Action is going to be to expand, experiment, and try new things. All right, so all of these things that you guys are asking, I could definitely try to figure out ways to include them into short films and everything, and thus an action series. But more details on that in just a second. Okay, this next question is from Yakola Jadka. He says, what's your favorite action scene in a movie, and who do you think directs the best action scenes? Well, for the best action scene, I would have to say it's the first fight in The Bourne Identity, where the guy jumps through the glass window or door, I think it was window, and then Bourne's fighting with a pen and all that kind of stuff. Phenomenal scene. But I would have to say that's probably my favorite, although there are many good ones spanning all across Bourne, really, and Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious. So many good action scenes throughout so many different movies, but that is one that has kind of stuck out in my mind for quite a while. But I think the person who directs the best action, although I haven't seen many examples from this guy, but what I have seen has been phenomenal, is Doug Liman, who directed The Bourne Identity, actually. And he didn't direct the other two Bourne, of the original three, but from The Bourne Identity being my favorite of the three, and I can kind of tell that it's because of his directing style and the way the action scenes and everything are done, I would really have to say he's probably got to be my favorite action director. Now, of course, the next two movies were phenomenal, but there was something about the Bourne Identity that just felt better to me than the other two. So he would have to be my favorite action film director, or just action scene director, I should say. Okay, this is kind of a fun one from, sorry if I butcher your name, Saruba Kashal? Sorry, but his name's up on screen. He says, Goku or One Punch Man? Well, considering I haven't seen either of those yet, Michael said that he likes One Punch Man all day long. For me, it would have to be Attack on Titan. So far, that's my favorite anime. I haven't seen either of Goku or One Punch Man. I'm working on it. But of all the anime I've seen, Attack on Titan, that is probably my favorite I have just seen, period. Let me see. From Kyler Zinn, he asked, do you play video games? No. I pretty much just do filmmaking stuff. Kind of a nut for it, so I don't do much else. Call me weird. But yeah, I don't really play video games. Although I do enjoy every once in a while, every once in a while I will sit down and play some. Like, racing games I do find myself really enjoying. But no, it's pretty much just filmmaking for me. So hopefully that answers your question. Sorry if I'm boring. Okay, this next one is from Foslox. I think that's how you pronounce it. All right, again, sorry. He asks, what is the best add-ons to use in Blender? Video sequence editor, the compositing mode, blah, 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 with more fluidity. Now, this one I can't really explain just in one answer. I would really want to do a full episode on it, and I sort of have in the past. But one add-on that really sticks out to me is 3D navigation. That one just smooths out workflow hands down, it's a phenomenal add-on, and import images as planes. So many good ones. But yes, I would love to do an episode on this in the future. Definitely a good question. Ace Troy asks, and this is pointed towards just simply action. He says, when is it coming? What is it? Where is it being filmed? And also, who else is joining you? Now, for when is it coming? It is coming in January 2017. The specific date is still unknown, mostly because I'm having to figure out a couple of things beforehand. I'm still working on some graphics, which if you've been following on Instagram, you'll see some of the work that's been happening there. But yes, so it is definitely coming in January 2017 with the lightsaber video and its following action series. But specific date is, again, unknown, but definitely is coming out in 2017, January of 2017. Oh no, it's coming out in December 2017. No, I'm just kidding. January 2017. All right, and what is it? Okay, this is a very good question. Action is the new anchor show for all of Film World. Now, Premiere Prep has held this spot for 3 years now, and I felt it was time to move on. You can watch this video right here to see what Michael and I said about it and exact reasons. But it is the new episode, the new anchor show for Film World, and the way it works is I'll be making a tutorial series for each short film I make, and this is where it really differs from Premiere Prep, because I will be making short films, and then based off that one short film, I will be breaking down how I made it. In many ways, it's like a behind-the-scenes tour, but a lot more in-depth to where it's more of a tutorial system. But that's basically what it is. It's a new... It holds a lot of the same place that Premiere Prep did, but in a very different way. I hopefully that explains it to you. It's kind of a moving on point from Premiere Prep. And where is it being filmed? It's still being filmed here in my studio as far as the actual episodes go, but then of course there'll be a lot of on-location filming, a lot of it hopefully, really wanting to get a lot of behind-the-scenes type footage where you're really seeing us setting up gear, setting up lights, and running audio and editing things in person and actually there on set. I want to bring you guys in on that, all right? So that's really where it's going to be filmed. A good majority of it will be on set, but then all the cut-in points and all that will be done still here in the studio. Maybe with a little bit more green screening for this. Still not quite decided on that. And that's where I'm going to be really working that out between now and when Action is actually released. All right. And also, who else is joining you? Well, many people in my film group and whoever will be in the shorts. So I have several people that are in my film group, and they will be joining me in the actual Action series. And then also, from short film to short film, it will differ on actors that are hired or even crew members that I may have to get that aren't necessarily part of my film group. So it will expand and change from time to time, but it will basically generalize around me, Michael, and all the other people within my film group. All right, and then the final question is from Ultimania, and he asks, can you dab? There we go. All right, so that is really all the questions. Thank you guys very much for asking them. I asked this question on the video, and it just flooded with questions. It was phenomenal. I really love the response that you guys gave it. Again, that concludes this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you very soon with more stuff that is happening with Action, and just Film World Community will also continue. Hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'm your host, Micah Pendleton. Remember, dream big, pay small. I'll catch you next time.